Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is Dspnews, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom and welcome to the Goutopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the Snort Report. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with our ongoing coverage of the Amazon wish list and all of the debacles and misconceptions that fall along with it. With that being said, we're here with one of our favorites, Snort Burnell, Dspgaming. Buggy wish list mechanics. Now, I do not want to make any assumptions about what is entailed in this video, but I will say this. The 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. With that being said, it comes down to either Phil blaming the detractors and the critics for his own ineptitude, or it's him not understanding how the system works and expecting it to be a system that is ready-made and ready to go the moment Phil Burnell activates it. Hard to say which one. Should be entertaining, I certainly hope. And I guess that's it. Like I said, we will continue our ongoing coverage of this whole Amazon wishlist nonsense. It's part of the news day, to be honest with you. I might even actually make a separate I might actually make a separate playlist just for this too, just because I have a feeling, if you guys heard my last couple broadcasts, that this is going to blow up in his face a year or two down the line from a tax standpoint. I wouldn't be surprised anyway. Not wishing that upon him, but I wouldn't be surprised. Either which way, let's just go ahead and get into the video proper. We'll take out of it what we feel is interesting, laugh at the rest, and you guys can hopefully go on and enjoy your day with whatever you're doing in your day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. You guys all know the slogan. I don't smell no bacon cooking yet, so allow me to go ahead and cut some fresh slabs off this bacon's back and go ahead and get it started, shall we? It's time to watch me work. Oh, Jesus, Phil. The easiest things just are so difficult for you. You'll never understand why.
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright. Sounds good to me.
So... Sounds good to me too. Ladies and gentlemen, yet again, we're here with one of our favorites, Snort Burnell, Dspgaming. Buggy wish list mechanics. I'm sure it's the troll's fault in some way, shape, or form. Or, sorry, we call them critics over here now and detractors. I'm sure someone is at fault. I'm sure there was some nefarious plan out there to hold Phil back from his true thoughtness. It's a shame. It's horrible. It's horrible. Let's just go ahead and get into the case. Let's go ahead and do it. It's so horrible.
Over the past 2 weeks or so, we've been talking about doing an Amazon wish list. All right, and what this wish list is basically a listing of the games that I'm interested in playing, and if someone wants to help, defray the cost of streaming those games by purchasing said games for me, so that I can just play them on the stream and not have to spend money to buy them. For example, as you guys know, I've been trying to raise tips to help with bills and stuff, and it's kind of hard when I have to then drop hundreds of dollars on games, especially this month coming up. There's a lot of games coming out that I'm interested in playing for the streams, right? So essentially, some people expressed interest in maybe being able to help out with that and purchasing some of said games for the streams. And I said, okay, well, I would make maybe an Amazon wish list where I'll list the games that I'm interested in. And if people want to buy them and help out for the stream, they can. And then I'll just get those games digitally and I'll be able to have those games on release day. All right. So it took like 2 weeks.
It's not like he's went out and bought the physical copy of a game at all recently. I can't remember the last time he's left his house to go to GameStop at all. Matter of fact, if I had to truly guess, wouldn't that have been when Kat ended up getting her tax refund and they went by GameStop to get her a new PS4 Pro and a couple of games? And who knows where that money actually came from. So that's a thing in itself. Secondly, what's wrong, Phil? Are you having a problem separating what needs to go to bills and what monies needs to go to paying your to buy games? Because, and I only say this, ladies and gentlemen, because if the tips are supposed to go for helping him buy games or defer the cost of games and then pay bills, well, what's the priority, Phil? Pay the bills that the bank is constantly being overdrafted on, or buy games? And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, there were already people sending him game codes for games anyway, as well as game credit at this point too. Just saying. So look at all of the avenues that we have in this piggy vortex, if you will, to just try to drum in more money, you know, over a period of time. He's not necessarily being patient about it, but you do kind of get my idea.
To get a chance to work at this, and I finally worked on it last night. Now, there's some bad news, okay? And then there's some confusion.
Oh my god!
So here's the bad news, everyone. What I determined, alright, is that essentially you can't really get games digitally for many consoles anymore via Amazon. It used to be a thing you could do all the time. Apparently now they've basically done away with it, because I can't find pre-orders for digital codes for any of the new releases at all. I don't know why. I guess they've just stopped this practice. In fact, I was looking, so just so you guys know, in the month of July, the games I'm interested in: Stranger Things 3, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. So I looked all those games up on Amazon, and the only game that I could find that you could get a digital code was Dragon Quest Builders 2, and it was only the Switch version of the game. The other versions were not capable of getting a digital code for them at all, okay? So I don't know what's up with that, but I know for a fact you used to be able to get digital codes for all these games, and now apparently they're all gone. So what essentially I did, I created a wish list on Amazon. Now, I've never done this before, so I don't even know if I did it right, okay? Essentially, I created a wish list on Amazon, by which, I listed Dragon Quest Builders 2 for the Switch, because it's a digital code version. I figured, you know what? I barely use my Switch for anything. That would be maybe a fun ongoing playthrough. I could actually use my Switch for something and get some use out of it, rather than just sitting and collecting dust. So I said, that's fine. Plus, it's a game that's not going to be... It's not going to be a game that, like, you know, oh my god, we need the absolutely most graphically intense version of the game, right? Who cares? It's Dragon Quest with cartoony graphics. We're not looking for cutting-edge technology graphics, you know? I don't need the PS4 Pro to play Dragon Quest Builders 2, right? So anyway, so I put that game on the list, and then essentially what I did is I went through, and I put a bunch of Sony PlayStation Network credit gift cards, as well as Nintendo Network gift cards on that listing.
Oh no!
Alright, let me cut in. So first thing is, why would you expect there to be an Amazon game code for every game that's released? That's silly. Hence the reason why you're going to have to just get a PSN or a Nintendo or an Xbox Live credit, kind of gifted credit card anyway, if you will. Or credit tab, however you want to word it. He's going to have to do that either which way. So that wasn't a big deal. I don't know. He kind of brought that up just a bitch, because there are very few games that do that. Like Madden, FIFA, they do stuff like that, especially because of the currency system that they have, and so on and so forth. But to expect every game to do that is silly. And I don't think every game ever did that. So just goes to show how out of touch he is in his own field, allegedly, as it pertains to gaming. So I don't know why that was even close to being a big deal. Second, how are you going to announce that you're going to implement a new system and not do any research on it? Like, at all. Like, not even tried. You just stayed up drunk one night and you decided to just go ahead and put it together, and you kind of hope it works without going through and checking to see, is there any additional settings that I should probably go through to get an understanding of, well, how do I go ahead and how does the system work? How are games sent to me? How are the codes sent to me? Are they even sent to me, or are they sent to the actual person who purchased it? So on and so forth. Is there a grace period? What happens if multiple people buy multiple game copies for me? How does the return policy work? Does the money go to him, or does it go back to the buyer? Things like that. How is it that he didn't take even a few minutes to figure that out? And this is supposed to help defer cost. This is supposed to help his business. This is supposed to help his bottom line. And yet he's too lazy and inept to do this. The easiest thing, and he can't even do that. Okay. Let's continue.
Greedy bastard.
Okay. And I think I did just all denominations that were available. There's like $100, 75, 50, 20, 10, you know. Basically, I made it so that there's enough stuff on the list that if anyone just wants to contribute a little or a lot, they'd be able to. You know, I don't want it to only put a $100 gift card on there, and then if someone wanted to contribute like $10, they wouldn't be able to. You see what I mean? So basically, I made this wish list of all this stuff, and I made it so that you can only see it. You can't edit it. You can only see it. That was one of the key things, is that I know when you make a wish list, you can accidentally make it that everyone can edit it. So I made it so only I can edit it, and I created a little panel here on my Twitch page for it, and I was like, okay, I'll talk about it on stream tomorrow, okay? So, this morning, I'm setting up the stream, and I'm like, oh, guys, guess what? There's a wish list. I'm going to talk about it, and everyone's like, yeah, we see the link on your page, but it's empty. I was like, it's empty? What do you mean it's empty? And I went to it, and lo and behold, it was empty. I'm like, why is this list completely empty? I just made it last night. I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on here. So I tried to figure it out, and I couldn't. So I started re-adding all the stuff. Alright? And then what I noticed was that some of the stuff that was already on the list said already purchased. I was like, what? So I went into, there's an options section for the wish list on Amazon where you can manage the list. And there was an option clicked that said, keep me surprised. Do not notify me for like several weeks after someone buys something on my wish list. Keep me surprised and then pleasantly surprise me weeks later so that I won't know that someone bought me something, but it's like a surprise gift. I was like, why is that auto-checked? Right? Like, that's pretty stupid. Like, I want to know.
No, it's pretty stupid that you didn't go through all the options. That's what it was. It was pretty stupid that you didn't go through all of your options to make sure that everything was available. Or he saw it and didn't think anything of it and just continued to move on, which is kind of how Phil's mind works, especially if he's been drinking. And it was at night too when he set all this up. So who knows what was going through his mind at that time? More than likely the gin.
When someone buys something, that is really dumb, or else what happens is multiple people might buy me the same thing, right? You know, I don't want 5 people buying me Dragon Quest Builders 2 on the Switch and I have 4 codes, you know. What a waste of funds when people could be using it for other stuff, right?
What, you think they couldn't return it, Phil? You think that's not a thing? Oh yeah, that's right. Phil had this epic rant not too long ago, because I did a broadcast on it where Twitch would start refunding people their subs, and Phil got mad about that, saying, why should they get refunded? No server should refund you. So maybe that's where this comes from too. It's quite the idiot. Wait a second, Phil. Now that I think about it, the Switch that's collecting dust that you're about to get Dragon Quest Builders for, that system was gifted to you after your first system was allegedly, in air quotes, because I'm going to go over that video eventually, was allegedly bricked. So someone else bought you that system. That's at somebody else's good graces. And you had to take your system back, which you ended up getting your money for. Should they have been responsible for your system being bricked? Or you basically screwing the system up yourself, which is more than likely what happened? But you didn't have a problem with getting your money then, but you have a problem with people getting $5 back from Twitch. Gotcha. And apparently, he doesn't have enough common sense to think that people won't just ask for a refund, or since he was the recipient of those gifted copies, that he can't ask Amazon for a refund. So let's say, for example, that really happened. Let's say he ended up getting 5 codes for Dragon Quest Builders. He's just going to sit on the other 4 and that's it. You're not going to try to get your money back or get the buyer's money back at all. You're just going to sit on it and deal with it. That sounds like something Phil would do. Dspnews?
Basically, I'm looking around, so I uncheck this box that says keep me surprised, and immediately it tells me apparently everything that I put on my wish list last night has already been purchased for me. We're talking hundreds of dollars of both Nintendo and PlayStation Network credit and Dragon Quest Builders 2. And I'm like, whoa, holy crap, is that true?
Is that real? Holy shit, if that's real, thank you very, very much, whoever that was. That is going to help a lot. It's not legit. It's not.
Did that actually happen? If it did, that's pretty damned awesome, right? But here's the thing, guys, and you guys obviously know better than me how Amazon wishlist works. This is the first time I've ever touched one. I have no idea how to access any of that. Like, I didn't get, because it said surprise me, I got no notification whatsoever about any of those products that were purchased. I got no emails about it. I don't see anywhere in my Amazon account how to access anything. So I don't know what's going on. Like, if someone did buy all that, I mean, great, thank you very much, that's amazing. Because what that'll essentially do, if you did actually buy all all that credit, that's gonna pay for probably all the games this month. Because July is a busy month. Like I said, we got Stranger Things, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. Those are the 4 games at a minimum I'm playing. Maybe I'll play a few other things too, but those are the things on a minimum that I was interested in. So essentially, if a good Samaritan did go in there overnight and said, "Wow, let's just help Phil," and bought all that stuff, that's amazing. But I have no idea how to get it. I'm serious. Like, I didn't get any emails about it. And when you go to
I'm sorry, I'm cutting in just a little bit prematurely, but Phil knows all about that. So yet again, we're setting up a system. We're setting up a way for people who support you and for whatever reason still believe in you to contribute to you. And you couldn't take a half hour or so, if even that long, come on, Mr. Valedictorian, you got this in the bag, to figure out how it works. Matter of fact, and I'm going to be an asshole when I say this, you wouldn't have even tried to test it? Maybe ask Cat to be like, hey, buy me a $10 thing real fast, just so I can see how the system works? You couldn't have hit up Golden Colts, or you couldn't have hit up Swaggins, or you couldn't have hit up any of these other pay piggies and been like, hey, do me a favor, I want to test the thing out. You can do all this behind the scenes, and be like, hey, Swaggins, slip me $20 real fast and buy me 2 gift codes for for Nintendo and for PS4 real fast, or PSN. Just, I want to see if it works or not. You tell me Swaggins wouldn't do it? You tell me Golden Colts wouldn't do it? You know Rob Warren wouldn't do it? Alex Seidel is still there. So he's banned invading. You tell me Seidel wouldn't do it? Hi, Seidel's mom. See you next weekend. You telling me that none of this is a thing? All right.
Amazon account, I can't. There's like no items that were purchased for you from your wish list. That doesn't exist. I have absolutely no idea how that works. Yeah, I mean, essentially, the way I thought it would work is someone would buy it and then immediately be like, okay, here's the code, use it, right? But right now, I got nothing. And again, I think it was because it was set to surprise me or whatever. So essentially, right now, I got absolutely nothing out of it. Maybe in like 2 to 3 weeks, I may get a message from Amazon.
No.
Oh, by the way, someone bought you all this stuff. Here's all the information and the codes and stuff. But I don't know how to get it. Like, why? Who on earth thought it was a good idea to make a wish list? Oh, surprise me. Don't tell me when someone actually gets me something. What? I mean, how? That could be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Like, I don't know.
Now, you know how much I appreciate Snort Burnell. To Phil's credit, Snort Burnell, Phil is, even though he's theoretically an old thought, this is still new to him. You know what I'm saying? It's like walking out of this tub of water that you've kind of been sitting in and bathing yourself in for like a week or two. Phil should know a lot about that. And moving into a fresh tub. It's going to be a bit of a transition. There's going to be a learning curve to some of this. So this level of thoughterry is different to him. It's new to him. It's uncharted. Landscape, if you will, or lands, if you will, ocean, if you will. Even though Phil doesn't like water very much, so let's give him a little bit of leeway in his thoughteriness. Okay, this is all new frontier. It's all new frontier.
I seriously have no idea how this works. So again, if you guys if anyone has ever used an Amazon wishlist before and knows anything about this, I'm all ears. I have no idea what's going on. Like I said, I didn't get any. I don't even know where to look. There's no section. There's no section whatsoever on Amazon to see things people have bought for you and how to access said content. What I'm assuming is that they're going to send me an email for each item and say, oh, someone bought this for you, here's the digital code to use. But if it said surprise me, does that mean I won't get those codes for weeks? You know, I have no idea. I don't know. I just don't know.
Actually, if it says surprise me, and I'm sorry, Phil, I'm gonna do a little bit of critical thinking for you because you need help. If it says surprise me, wouldn't the buyer actually get the game code and the notification, and then they would just send it to you? Is that like a thing or whatnot? I would figure that would be the situation, unless they were sending like Amazon cards directly to his address, which, if I remember correctly, you still have the option of doing. Because I like getting gift cards for people for like birthday and for Christmas and stuff like that. It's just easy to do it and whatnot, to be honest with you, and that you get to put a little message or whatnot. But if you want to go digital, you can do that too. I've tried that a couple of times. People seem to like it. So I would think it works along that same system. Actually, I'm pretty confident, especially with the surprise me feature. I've never used that, but I'm just guessing. Just guessing. I don't know. It's funny though, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys to think about this. And Mr. 11-year legacy here, he figured out how to con people out of arguably tens of thousands of dollars over the years. Over the years, he's figured out a way to con people out of tens of thousands of dollars. But he can't operate, nor manage, nor properly set up an Amazon wishlist. He can't figure out how to pay his taxes. He can't figure out how to play a game correctly without cheating. He can't figure out how to entertain people unless it's at his expense. He can't figure out how to keep an underage girlfriend happy. We got a lot of issues here for being valedictorian. There's a lot of problems here. Mr. The world owes me something. The world should recognize me and my greatness. Doesn't know how to be great. He doesn't even know how to be good. He doesn't even know how to do well. I don't know. DSP News.
I'm confused. I'm very confused. Oh, here we go. People are saying codes will show up in your digital library on your account. Okay, hold on a second. If that is the case, let me try to figure this out. Let me go over. I'm going to go over to my computer and take a look. Give me a second, guys. All right, so I found it, supposedly. All right, but it doesn't, nothing's there. So I found it. There's a section that says, like, your digital library of orders and game codes that you have. There's nothing there. It's old stuff that I've done, like, years ago. Like, years ago, I bought a few digital PSN codes. There's one point when PSN was glitching out and wouldn't let me pay for anything through the console, so I had to buy a bunch of cards through Amazon to do it, to buy the games. That was a pain in the ass, because that was during the hardcore gaming season, too. It was really stupid. Yeah, so anyway, it's there, and it basically
I think I remember that. That's when he used to have his PayPal linked right to his Amazon account. And then, I don't know, he had some problem and whatnot. And he was trying to buy a new game, and it said he didn't have enough funds, despite the fact he said he just got paid by Twitch. I do remember that slightly. It's definitely in a Snort Burnell video.
The stuff I've already bought, but not the stuff that anyone might buy for me, right? Golden Cold says, I don't think your Amazon wishlist has a delivery address. I don't think it asks you for one. I don't think it actually asks you for a delivery address. Plus, everything there is digital anyway, you know?
But you'll need one if they ever buy you something physical, which we all know you're going to lead up to that eventually.
Everything there is digital anyway, so... Was that a painful fart?
Oh.
No, my wedding ring was tight, so I pulled it off my finger to readjust it, and rotated it, and put it back on. That's what that noise was. So anyway, I have no idea how this works, guys. At this point, essentially, I have no idea what's going on with this list. Here's what I'm curious about. If someone were to buy something now, because I did not set it as, oh, surprise me. So if someone were to buy something off the wish list now, would I actually get it immediately? I don't know. Okay. Oh, okay, now Sleepy Reader says, there's a section under digital content and devices called digital gifts you received. Check there. Alright. Oh my god. Nope, it's empty. It's completely empty, that section.
Do you guys hear how hurt he sounds when it's empty or there's nothing there? Jesus Christ. It's like a kid waking up on Christmas and finding nothing under the tree. I would assume that's what that sounds like. Oh, it's hurtful. So hurtful.
I did not prepare my squirtable ingredients. And they launched all over the place on me, so spread a little bit of that ketchup over the cheese.
So, essentially, I don't know how this works. You got a wish list. Someone could buy the item on the wish list and you never get it? I don't understand this at all. Because it claimed Yeah, it claimed that someone has bought all the stuff on the list as of last night. It says last purchase, June 30th. Yet, I don't have it. Golden Cold says, when I try to buy something, it only shows me my normal delivery options. What? It doesn't give me an option to send it to you at all. What? See what I mean? This is fucking stupid. I'm sorry, it is. Like, people suggest things to me all the time, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't think that makes sense to do that, you know. And then I finally say, okay, I'll cave. After years of people saying you should do an Amazon wish list, I'll do it. It's the most complicated fucking thing.
Over 18.
What a quitter. Jesus Christ. The easiest thing possible. And after a few minutes, and nobody in the chat apparently can figure it out because they're trying to deduct all the variables before they can actually isolate what the problem is. Phil should know that, but he don't. He wants to quit. He wants to give up. Imagine this, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine you being so inept as an individual that people in your chat are fighting with you to find new ways to give you money to help you out of your situation. And you're such a piece of shit, and you're so inept, and you're so stupid, and you act so goddamn ignorant and lazy, that now you're wanting to quit on one of the few avenues that could really help you out. People are fighting with you not to quit so they can figure out ways to help you out and give you money. That's amazing! People are fighting with you to give you money. Oh, what a world that we live in. Really, it's amazing. It's just amazing.
100 milligrams of sodium. This is one of the saltiest things.
Why isn't it simple? Why can't you just do it? You know, no, it has to be super complicated. What the fuck, man? I'm so tired of this dumb shit. See, here's the thing. Here's why I'm frustrated. Because everyone always tells me, oh, you're a dinosaur, Phil, and you don't use the things.
You are a fucking dinosaur. You goddamn right you're a goddamn dinosaur. You're still living off of YouTube's white hot popular fumes from 10 plus years ago. Yes, you are a goddamn dinosaur. And the guy who coined that statement coined it what? 7 or 8 years ago? And you still holding on to it? Jesus, Phil.
People, other content creators use. You should change the way you capture and learn a new way to do it. And you should use this Amazon wish list to get your games for your streams. You should do this and this. And when I go to do it, it's never easy. It's never actually worked. I'm not even kidding you. Every time I've tried to adapt to something new or use something new, it never works.
That's what makes you a dinosaur. That's what makes you a dinosaur. For whatever reason, Snortosaurus Rex here can't figure out how to do anything new. Or he doesn't really want to. If he could apply himself, then that'd be one thing. He can apply himself to conning people out of their money who are actually fighting with him to give them their money, to give him their money, but yet he refuses to learn anything new. He refuses to change and make himself better, and by proxy making his content better, and in turn maybe actually appreciating and treating those people better. But he won't do it because it's not easy. Have you ever fucking thought, or did your fucking mom or dad ever come to the realization, besides the fact that your mom should have swallowed and your father should have pulled out, that maybe, just maybe, that if anything in life comes easy, it's not worth having? Did you ever fucking think about that? Did you ever realize that at all? Your life is miserable by your own making because you wanted things to be to have things accommodated to you. You wanted people to basically worship you and praise you. You wanted people to give you things because you merely exist. And now look at what you have. And even after all that, you're still not smart enough to realize that maybe being on Easy Street isn't the best thing in the long run. Maybe people would respect you more if you actually put time into what you do. Instead of begging for a handout. Instead of you putting ultimatums on people that if you don't do this, I'm not going to do this anymore. Has any of these fucking things ever gone through your fucking skull? At all? And you want to know one of the real reasons why you keep doing it, and it's the reason why you keep bitching, is because people keep going light on you. People keep going very fucking easy on you. And the reason why, and I understand it, is because they know you won't change. And so they don't see the point. And whatnot. Jesus Christ, Tevin gave you a shitload of passes. A shitload of them. And God bless him for that. But it didn't actually help you. It just made it worse. And now you're attacking him for whatever dumbass reason. I don't know what the flavor today is. That's Tevin's fault. But it's always Tevin's fault for something, apparently, with you. Like, you have no one else to blame but yourself. Is it Tevin's fault that your fucking Amazon wishlist don't work? Is it Tevin's fault that Cat's eventually going to leave you? Was it Tevin's fault that Panda left? Sorry about that. went on a bit of a tirade. It happens. Let me go and get some yogurt.
Having a ton of fucking extra work for something, you know what I mean? And this happens every fucking time. This is not exaggeration. Every time I try to, do something different, Phil. Try something different and new that everyone else does. You're behind the times. Okay, everyone says it's easy, I'll do it. Oh, look, for me, it's the most complicated thing on the planet. It just doesn't fucking work at all, right? There's no way anything can get sent to my address because these are digital codes. How can you mail me a digital code? You know, it's digital. They would be sending it directly to me. It doesn't make any sense. Golden Gold says you gotta add a delivery address, but that's the thing. There's no way to do that. I looked in the, manage the list. There's no delivery address in the list at all. There's nowhere to do that at all. Here, I'll check it. I'll check it. Just for the sake of argument, I'll go look, but I'll check again. Alright, guys, so I added a delivery address. Alright, all I did is I selected my address, which everyone knows. My address is public knowledge, so it's not like it's a big deal that there's a delivery address.
But I thought there was no way to add a delivery address. Then all of a sudden he gets up off his ass and he finds out that you can add a delivery address. And he's going to need that later anyway because he's going to ask for more and more high-price items that aren't going to be digital. As I said in the last broadcast or the broadcast before, eventually new systems are going to come into play. The new PS5 games, as well as the new, what's the new Xbox called? The S.E.C.R.E.T. Those new games and so on and so forth. We don't know if all those games are going to be either physical or digital, so it is what it is. You still have people who like having physical copies. I do, for sure. I still like having a physical copy. It's just, I don't know, it's just something that I really like about having it. But it's just me. So eventually he's going to have to do those things. Now, I'm not saying that has anything to do with these digital codes right now, but I'm looking downrange where he's not. I'm looking in the long term where he's not. He can't get over the fact that he's running into a little bit of trouble because he won't take a few minutes to use some common sense and fucking think. It's because it's so damn hard to manage an Amazon wish list publicly. Who knew? Who knew?
Or whatever. The thing is that everything's listed there is digital. By the way, when I refreshed, now my entire list claims everything's been purchased. I even added, just before I started the stream today, I added a bunch of Xbox Live credit, codes, and now those are claiming those were also purchased for me as well. So here's what I honestly think, guys. I think it's horseshit. I think that this system doesn't really work. I think what it is trolls can go in there and pretend like they're going to buy it. And say, maybe you could say, oh, I'm gonna buy this at a future date. And, and process this in 4 weeks or something. And then it doesn't actually go through. So I think that's what it was, it's a way to troll the list. That's what I think. Why is everyone now doing question marks in the stream chat? What does that mean? It means that basically you could say, oh, okay, I've marked this, I'm going to buy this for Phil, and I'll purchase this in 2 weeks, and then it basically, it claims like you bought it. But
listen to this. Listen to the con man, this paranoid sociopath, having to explain to other individuals how his paranoia works. That's what you're hearing right now. You're hearing a paranoid sociopath literally having to explain his paranoia to a group of kids, to a group of people who don't understand anything he's saying because it doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. You could probably troll the list. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, there's an exploit to just about everything. But look at where he's taking it. Oh boy.
Didn't. I think that's what happened is someone went in there.
So here's another thing real quick. So he can explain to you how he's being trolled off Amazon, but yet he can't take 2 or 3 minutes to figure out why the list won't work. He can tell you all the negative shit on why he doesn't think it's working, but he can't actually sit there and be competent for a couple minutes to try to figure out how to make it work. He can just tell you how it can be exploited. It tells you a lot about the individual himself. If all you do is go through life expecting that people are going to get over on you, then that's all you're going to ever know, and that's all you're going to ever assume. Proof positive right there. If all he sees is everybody as suckers, or everybody as to or seeing everybody as merely there to be exploited, then why wouldn't he think people wouldn't do it to him too? It's an interesting way of looking at the world, but just saying.
Essentially, if that's the case, what's the point of doing this? Because the trolls could go in there and pretend like they bought it 100 times, and I still never get it, right? I guess the bottom line is, it's not that big of a deal, because now I set it up so that when the items don't ever get removed from the list, they'll show there forever. So even if someone puts in 1,000 times, oh, I bought it, and then they don't really, the item will still stay listed, right? Yeah, see, dude frozen, I don't know how it works. Did someone buy the stuff or not? I don't think so. I think it was a trolling. I think it was trolling. I think it was, I don't think anyone has legitimately bought it. Here, let me put it this way. The only way we'll ever know if this will ever work is if someone, you know, who I know actually says, okay, I'm going to try to buy the lowest thing, you know, I'll buy the $10 gift card and then let me know if you get it, right? I think that's the only way we'll ever know if this actually works or not. So anyway, here's the deal. The Amazon wishlist exists. I don't know necessarily if it's going to work long-term or not, but what I'll say is if you are interested in trying it out, I wouldn't go too crazy. Maybe, like, do the lowest level thing. You know what I mean? And then I'll let you know. Sin of Sai says, it says, currently unavailable. We don't know when this item will be available again. For all of the items? Well, I don't know what that means. Sin of Sai, that might be maybe in your region you can't buy it. I don't know where you live. Maybe some people in certain regions can't buy certain things. So anyway, that's what I mean. Look at all this trouble. So here we are talking about this for 20 minutes on the pre-stream today. Something that everyone thought...
So Amazon is like Facebook? And depending on the region that you live in, you can't order stuff? Or you can't order certain stuff? Is that a thing? I'm gonna have to look into that. I have to look into that. I know some friends in China. I'm gonna see if they can order anything off Amazon and see if that shit gets blocked. That's what I'm gonna do.
It was easy and should have taken 5 seconds. Instead, we sit here for a million years talking about it. So I did create an Amazon wish list. I have no idea if it works or not. I've gotten no information from Amazon whatsoever, even though it claims things have been bought for me. I think it's bullshit. I think someone found a way to troll it. And, I guess we'll go from there. I don't know what else to say, right? Beefsteak Tomato, as I've said a million times, there's no way I can call Amazon about it because you cannot call them for a general reason. You have to have it tied to an order or a reason. There's no, oh, just contact us via this number. It's like, no, you have to have information about what you're calling for and to go to the right department and stuff. It's not like you're calling a physical business. All they have are call centers all around the world. I hate to tell you. Looks like it wants my delivery info.
What the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense at all. You have an account, yeah? You have a problem with that account, right? So why wouldn't you call them? He can actually call them through the app. Huh? Oh, what a lazy asshole. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is from the same idiot who had somebody trying to sell his condo, and the condo never got sold because Phil didn't want the individual to call him. He wanted him to email him. So, yeah, take everything he says with a grain of salt. Please. Please.
I already put that in. I already put in I saved the delivery address, so. Yes, I am aware, Ornites, that sometimes you get emails for digital codes. I don't have anything. I checked my email, I checked my spam folder, there's nothing. I didn't get anything. So, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Okay? Like I said, the only way we'll know, essentially, is if someone who I know from a stream or something, you know, tries it out, right?
Help! Alright,
anyway, so it's there. I have no idea if it works. I have no idea how to get it to work. It seems like, you know, who knows? It's like I said, it's stupid. It's something that everyone tells me is easy, and it should work immediately, and it's a no-brainer, and you should do it, and all the other streamers do it, and it would defray costs, and it's a really good idea, and I do it, and it doesn't work. So what else is new from me, right? Everything's like pulling teeth. Anytime I try to improve or change, it's like pulling teeth, right? Why does nothing have, like, nothing has troll protections at all? You notice that? You know what it is? They're in the real world of business and the real world of finance has, like, nothing to prepare them for trolling, for people to fuck around. You know what I mean?
You're not a business, and you don't know shit about finances. Hence the reason why you're always broke. So why are we even bringing that up? And when you play at that level, there are plenty of people who exploit the system. If you call trolling ripping off $12, $13 million, if you want to call that trolling, then call that trolling. But even then, that's not caught sometimes for years. Stay in your lane, Phil. I mean, you're not even good in your lane, but stay in your lane, Phil. Seriously, just stay in your lane. Jesus Christ. And then the situation about why can't things be easy? Or why is it every time I need to change, it always has to be so difficult and so hard? Ladies and gentlemen, he just told you why he's okay with being a piece of shit. He's okay with he's okay with being miserable, with being trolled, with being a laughingstock. Because it's too hard apparently for him to change. Apparently. It's just so difficult. It's just so difficult. And he has such thick skin too. He has pig skin. For real. Like he's got like that pig exterior. It's like an exoskeleton under an exoskeleton. So he can deal with it. So it's easier, I guess, apparently, to deal with the abuse, if for what he calls it, instead of maybe making a positive change in the long run. Just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, yeah, I understand most of you would be like, come on, GTG, you're always going at his head. You always got your foot on his neck and shit. You're always trying to cut his belly open. You're always taking ribs and pork chops and bacon off of him. It's easier for you to say. He said it himself. He said it himself. I'm merely providing a service. And that is to make, if I can, delicious breakfast for everybody when I step into the newsroom. Is that my fault for trying to do better from an individual who isn't willing to do better for himself? I'm guilty if that's the case. I'm guilty if that's the case.
It's so stupid.
I might as well just delete the fucking Amazon wish list and say fuck it. Seriously. Oh, you're getting salt. It's even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
What's the point? See what I mean? Like, it's just...
Philip Quitter Burnell. Maybe it's a good thing that he's not going to continue his family name. Maybe one quitter in the family is enough.
Just be very honest. Now you can see my face. It's so frustrating. I'm so tired of, like, everyone tells me something so easy and you should just do it. Oh, Phil, Amazon wishlist is easy. You should have done this 2-3 years ago. You should have done it as soon as you started streaming. All streamers get all their stuff gifted to them by their viewers, and no one pays for any of their stuff. You should just easily do it. It's such an easy thing to do. Immediately, error after error after fuck up after error, and now we can't figure it out. Oh, call them. Oh, so now, what I should do is I should take time away from all the personal shit I need to do behind the scenes of my stream to call some fucking customer service line that's going to route me to India or the Middle East, someone who has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, and spend an hour on the phone with them and get nothing resolved. That's what I should do. How about no? How about...
Here's your, holy shit. There's your businessman right there, ladies and gentlemen. For all of you people who can't believe that Phil does what he does, there you go right there. For all of you who like to come by here and try to defend Phil and say that I'm being too harsh on him, there you go right there. There you go. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, being a businessman or woman and not knowing how to conduct business. Not knowing how to go through the process to get things done. He could sit there and write an email all day trying to get people deplatformed or trying to get videos taken down, but yet he can't take a couple minutes to get on the phone and ask about how to properly set up an Amazon wishlist. He can do that over the phone. If he's so inept that he can't figure out how to do it and the hand holding or the hoof holding on the chat isn't working, he could call them and ask. That's why they have a customer service number. It's a thing. But Phil's too busy. He's got so much going on with his air quotes business, and he has so much going on in his personal life, which really means wrestling, watching old episodes of Dragon Ball Z, and drinking a whole lot of gin, and waiting for Cat to make Din Din, that he doesn't have time to make a phone call. Then again, he still don't mind tweeting at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, probably going ahead and still trying to tweet at John. I mean, he got time to do all those things, but he doesn't have any time to call a customer service number. Okay, sure, no problem. You're right, life is so hard. It's so hard. Who knew? I did not realize I was a sucker. I did not realize that I was playing the game wrong. I had no clue.
Fuck no. Seriously. How about I should have just fucking known better and I should have followed my own instincts and not even bothered with this? Because we all know that's a fucking pain. Everything I do has to be a pain in my ass. Nothing could just be easy and simple and just fucking work. Seriously. What a pain in the ass, man. No, it's not a lot of assumptions. I've done it before. I've talked to Amazon many times on the phone for customer service things. And it's you need, like I said, you need to have an order tied to your phone call, or else you might as well not have even called. When you call Amazon, usually what happens is if you have an issue with an order, unless you got an order and the item was broken or it's the wrong order, you go to your Amazon order history and right there it says contact us, and it'll actually have a call routed to a call center somewhere with all your data attached to it, and then they can figure it out. If you just call the general line, you'll bounce around their system for fucking an hour before you even figure out anyone who knows anything, and no one's gonna help me with this wish list. I just know it. So it's just a pain in the ass. Like, why can't I just make here's the wish list, here's the things I would like, buy it, easy, done. No. You need a shipping address, even though it's digital. The quantities are set to a thing, and that screws it up. Oh, someone could say they bought it, but then it doesn't actually fucking buy it. Fuck this. Like, what the fuck? Enough of this. You know? What a complete waste of my time. I shouldn't even bother with it. I shouldn't even just fucking bother with it.
All I can taste is the saltiness.
Very frustrating, man. I just want to play games and have fun. I don't want to deal with all this nonsense. Yeah, I'm going to spend... So, here, let me give you guys an example. When I'm done streaming today, I'm going to upload videos. Kat and I have to get food, and we have a bunch of stuff we have to do around the house in the little bit of time that we have between streams. Alright? Then I got to stream again tonight, then it's late night. Oh, call Amazon. When the fuck do I call Amazon? I have a full life.
Wait, I thought you said you don't have a lot of money, but you have time to send Kat out to get you food? And you said you have stuff to do around the house. I mean, didn't you say that she takes pride in keeping up with the house? So why isn't she doing it? Matter of fact, why hasn't she done it? Matter of fact, why is she being such a lazy individual like yourself? I'm not saying that it's a woman's place to keep up with the house. You said that. So with that being said, why isn't she doing it? I'd hate to come to any assumptions, Phil. Did she get home late this morning? It's okay. I get it. No problem.
Full life, everything's busy. I don't have time for fucking bullshit with Amazon. I don't want to do a live Amazon call. I want to play games and have fun. That's the whole point I'm trying to make here. I don't want to deal with all this fucking bullshit. All this nonsense. I just want to have fun.
Look at this 15-year-old who wants to just play games and have fun and not want to have any adult responsibilities. Wants someone else to take care of it. Maybe he should get his mother on the phone and have her deal with it for you. Since your mother basically handholds you on everything else.
I just want to have fun. Oh, I just want to have... Okay. Fried turkey wings tip me $1. And he says, why would a business plan for trolls? Let's see, because you're in the modern era, and you realize that any business could be used against someone for malicious purposes. So instead of allowing...
He's not talking about the business preparing for trolls for the business itself. He means there should be troll protection for him. Amazon should have a division strictly for Phil Burnell. So just in case he's trolled, they can work on it. The funny thing is, Phil, and I know I'm an asshole, but walk with me for a minute. Didn't Curse have that? And didn't Curse have to drop you because it wasn't cost efficient to keep that running when you weren't bringing them in any money? I don't know, Phil. It's kind of interesting why successful businesses would want to accommodate for failing businesses. I don't know, Phil. I mean, I understand that you're supposed to be, you know, Amazon, I guess, is apparently like YouTube, where they're book smart, not street smart. But I mean, if you were street smart, Phil, you would know that big bank take little bank, and so big bank don't have to accommodate to nobody. Either you keep up or you fall behind, which is what you've been doing your whole career. I dare say your whole life. But you know, whatever. I'm an asshole. I'm too harsh. So you know, take that for what you will.
Yourself to be completely open to trolling without preparing for the modern world. You actually like fucking prepare for it. You know, like any responsible business, future-proofing instead of living 20 years in the fucking past. Like, here's a perfect example. Try working with a bank, and I mean this. Try working with a bank in the modern era. They'll ask you to fax them stuff. Fax? You want me to use a physical landline phone to send you a digital copy of something instead of me just scanning and emailing it to you? We don't accept documents via email. Fax it to us. That's what I mean. Like, businesses are so behind the fucking curve when it comes to this kind of shit. It doesn't make any sense. Amazon, you would think Amazon, this is a company at the forefront of technology, so this wish list would be, like, refined and ready to go. No, tons of fucking issues. Stupid. Miley Cyrus tipped me $1. Why are you giving it to your fans for doing the Amazon wish list?
With this salt flavor.
the self-awareness is over 9,000 in this one. For real. Jesus Christ, Phil, put the piggy titties away. Please. Please.
To my fans, what I'm saying is, and this is what I hope people take heart, alright? Understand that not everything is as easy as people say. Years ago, people told me, what, Phil, why don't you use this thing called, like, shadow capture or shadow something to capture your videos to reduce your file size dramatically, and it's what everyone uses. I went to do it, didn't work, all the videos looked like shit, the videos came out super huge, it was annoying, and I spent hours trying to figure this out to the point I said, fuck this, I'm not doing it anymore, I'm just going back to what I used to do, which worked. Every time someone makes one of these suggestions, this happens. This is not an exaggeration. Every time someone's like, Phil, just do this thing that's super easy, it's bullshit. Basically, they're all tough, they're all annoying, they're all pain in the ass, and if I had unlimited time, if I didn't have a crazy busy life, maybe I would have time to adapt to a lot of this stuff and do some of it. I just don't. I just like to play games and have fun. This is all I've ever wanted to do since day one when I made a video on YouTube, is play games.
So time management is not a thing? Okay.
To have fun and share that with you guys. That's all I care about.
And I appreciate all contributions, and I should say this up front. Contributions are very appreciated, but not mandatory. I'm just cool and happy to be able to stream and share my live gameplay experiences with you every day.
So, when all this shit, you know, I spent 30 minutes on a pre-stream talking about stupid Amazon wishlist not working. I don't fucking care. Like, I don't want to deal with this shit. I just want to fucking get to the game and play games and have fun. Okay? So, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not giving it to the fans. I'm not.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
What I'm saying is understand that when you hear all this stupid shit, oh, Phil is outdated, he doesn't use shadow capture, shadow play, or whatever the fuck it is to make his videos. Phil doesn't use an Amazon wishlist, Phil doesn't do that. There's a reason, because it's not easy, it's horse shit. When people tell you that, a lot of these things are not...
Do you not realize how stupid you sound by saying, I'm not going to do this because it's not easy? So it was easy for you to pay a couple of $100 extra for a care package on your BMW when you had a BMW. But yet you never took it in to get serviced. So you paid a couple $100 extra, what, every month or every year for a package that you never planned to use. So it was easy to throw your hard-earned money down. Well, and I debate calling it hard-earned money. It was easy for you to throw your money down to pay for this package so you can make yourself feel better and make yourself feel prestigious, even though you weren't going to use it. That's just like you paying for Premiere and really not using it. It was easy then, though, right? But it's not easy now because you're broke and you're stupid and you can't figure out the simplest things. Okay, gotcha.
Easy to set up. A lot of these things are not protected from trolling. It's just garbage. And yeah, maybe if I was a streamer with like 10 viewers and no one cared about me and no one trolled me, I could set up a wish list and it would work instantaneously. But for me, I gotta deal with these trolls and assholes constantly fucking with me. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm dealing with. And no, I don't have time to fucking call Amazon and be on the phone with some guy from Bangladesh for fucking 4 hours. I'm just gonna play games and have fun. If you like my content, consider contributing today via tipping or whatever. I appreciate that. And
don't you have viewers in other countries? I'm just saying. That is a thing, yeah? I was just wondering. I was just wondering, because apparently you have something against people of Indian origins or backgrounds. I don't know what the problem is with that. Do you not like curry? I love curry. Curry's great. At least I think it's great. I don't know about him. Jesus Christ, Phil. So sad. What do you got against people against in Bangladesh? What's wrong with you, Phil? Don't you get your fruit imported from there? What's wrong with you, Phil? So terrible. So hurtful. Just hurtful.
Move on positively, alright? We know what's going to win. The troll answer wins. The troll answer always wins. Oh, yeah. Bacon cheese with lime juice, tip me $1, says there's a video where someone has your face in a university class on a slideshow. Funniest thing I've seen. Amazing. Someone put my face in their slideshow in a university class. Okay.
Alright guys, I guess it's really significantly slowing down, like no one's talking to me anymore at this point. So, this might be the last game of the night, since it seems like people just aren't really very interested right now. I don't know what's going on. Usually people are pretty engaged for this, but it seems like tonight people are bored or something. I don't know. Well, I'm waiting for people to talk to me. No one's really talking to me right now. No one's even talking to me anymore. Seriously, no one is talking to me anymore on the stream. So I think when people completely stop talking to me on a stream, that's a sign that the stream is played out and people are pretty much done for the night. Like, not a single person is like equipping me. Now Quantrell Blizzard just said, "What's up, brother?" See what I mean? Like, as people literally stopped talking to me until I mentioned it, I'm like, I guess people are bored. I guess this is it for tonight. I'm definitely out of here. I'm hot as hell, like sweating disgustingly. I want to get the fuck out of this office. Sadly, I have other shit I gotta do in here. It's so fucking annoying. I can never get out of here. I got other shit I gotta do in here before I can even leave. Ugh. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh!
Oh, this was a gem. this was a gem. Absolutely amazing. Actually, hold up. Let's play this out real fast, just because I want to make sure I don't miss anything.
Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a scammer. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis.
Oh well. I guess we got to see him off himself. I suppose that's the best we can do. Well, that was eye-opening. Kinda, sorta. So for anybody who says that you guys are being too hard on Phil, man, he just wants to play games and have fun, you should let him just truck along. I have no problem with let him hoof along all day. I have something to say about it. To be perfectly honest with you, Phil is like your personal petting zoo, and he's just that really lazy pig in the back that doesn't do shit and expects the farmer to actually bring the food to him because he's too lazy to come to the trough. And if I feel the need to laugh at that, I will. I don't care about anything else. I'm gonna laugh at that because it's funny to me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. Buggy wishlist mechanics. Was it trolls? Was it Phil's own ineptitude? Leave your comment section. Leave a comment down below if you feel the need to. It's so good. It's so good. His laziness is amazing. He went out of his way to at least in my mind anyway. He went out of his way to solidify everything I've ever said about him anyway. It worked out. Shit. And at the end of the day, Phil, the noose is just gonna tighten on you even more. But you know, it's a thing. And you and I both know that's what the situation was gonna be regardless. So, you know, as long as you're at peace with it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. And I will see you guys for the next broadcast, whenever that is, because the Amazon wishlist saga will continue. So let's make the best of what we have until something better comes along. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. For the Snort Report, I am your host / anchor, GTG, and I'm signing off. Take care of yourselves, guys. In the broadcast. Oh, why can't everything be easy? Every time someone says something is easy, it's too hard.